Whatever you're thinking about, you're creating. Just think of that. Everything you're thinking about is being creative because it's your request to subconscious mind. Subconscious mind's not going to question you. As you think you are. It's as simple as that. If you just keep remembering that, as you think you are, you do, you have, you be, that's it. So the only thing you need to do is to watch what you're thinking feelingly in yourself, because that is you making up. They themselves are makers of themselves. You're talking to yourself, always ahead of your future. But the future and the talking ahead of your future, it's right with you. You can't miss it if you're looking to see it. It's right with you. I am with you always. I will never leave you. Omnipresence. What more do you need to know? Just practice it. And you're told, if you turn to me, I'll turn to you. But if you deny me, I will deny you also. And it's you denying yourself. All denial, we're told, is self-denial.
As speaking on, just briefly staying on the topic of money, a lot of people have a problem when we talk about, let's say, spiritual teachings and spiritual teachers and so forth, charging for service. But what we fail to understand is that money is also spiritual. My concern with those who have a problem with paying anyone for their services is that you're blocking your own payment for services.
Of course, yeah. Look, the only one who can deny you is you. That's it. And if you don't have what you want, well, then you've denied yourself. Because God's not denying you anything. He already told you, choose from whatsoever. From whatsoever. What are you missing? That's it. We're missing that what we're doing is what we're being, is what we're having, because it's what we're thinking. See, we always want it outside of ourselves that we're doing what we're doing. But it isn't. It's coming right through you, not to you. Do you agree?
I do. And it goes back to what you said earlier, all denial is self-denial. So when I see somebody like an actor or somebody that's doing something and they've come from rock bottom and all of a sudden they're doing extremely well, what I know is if I'm celebrating with them, I'm celebrating for myself. And I know that that's not everyone's attitude. Sometimes people see celebrities or they see successful people, whatever, and they curse them. And what they don't realize is that they're blocking their own success. Would you agree with that?
That's it. Like I said, that's it. You are blocking your own success. Because the very idea of being in a negative attitude about anything is you blocking yourself to your own happiness. See, it's as within, so without. That if you don't remember anything else, remember that every word is taken in the culmination to make up your life. So you're always creating your future moment by moment. The idea, enjoying life, and stick with it. Don't be worried about things that you have no concern about or dealings with. Deal with what you're talking to yourself about, not what somebody else is saying. If someone says something and you agree with it, fine, that's right. But, you hear so many things and so many suggestions to yourself from without, but if you don't kind of check your calls, so to speak, you miss what you're doing because you're paying attention to something else. What has your attention has your life, and it draws from you your life to be what it is you're being. So choose it wisely. I think so. Don't you?
I do. And another very powerful topic came up. You and I kind of discussed suicide. So this topic is actually very appropriate. Reincarnation.
There's no out. So you can't re-in because you're never out. It's always, you're always on. You're spirit. You're not body. You have a body. That's fine, but that's not you. That's what you're using to play the part in this drama, man, this play of humanity. But that goes away. But you don't go away. That's the reason why you're told now. That's why they make it sound like it's an emergency that you turn to. But actually it is. Because you don't know when you're going to go. Don't put off to tomorrow what you can get done today, because you're not actually guaranteed tomorrow. So it's now is the appointed hour. That's why it says now, today. And it's always today, and it's always now. So change your mind, change your world. It's that simple.
I like that you said no re-entry, as it were, that we're spirit. And I think that most of us are so caught up on body, flesh, the vehicle. So It's like owning a car. You're going to get another car, but you're going to still be the same person in the vehicle of travel. And I think that when people hear Neville speaking about the next life, and that you come in and you're 20 years old, but you're the same person, some people equate that with reincarnation. But Neville, per his audio programs and the things that I've listened to, didn't believe in reincarnation. He said pretty much what you said. And what Scripture says is that we go from glory to glory.
That's exactly it. That is, if you're in glory. Because it's your mood, it's your assumption, it's your being that you're being what you're thinking feelingly all the time. So it is very important for you to actually change your mind to what you desire, not what you're experiencing at the moment, because that's what you want to be rid of. And you get what you do want pretty much the same way you're here to get rid of whatever you don't want. It's an attitude. That's what it is. The wise men down through the centuries have all stated it, book after book after book. And if you get the essence, they're telling you that you're living your attitudes. I mean, you can't put it any simpler than that. You're living your own attitude. We're delivered into our own inequities, we're told. Our own, not somebody else's. It's our own. We think as we do, and we suffer, or we're living in joy. You choose. And that's what you were told to do. Choose this day.
Absolutely. And I want to debunk something. You and I have talked about it off recording, but I want to debunk it because, of course, the subject comes up. I kind of alluded to it earlier. You know, a lot of people believe that when Neville was speaking, that there was no fee or anything, that everybody came in free, and that he sold nothing, that he had no materials, but that everything was free. But you can't operate and live on air. So what I want to ask you is that when you went into listen to Neville's talks and so forth, was there a fee at the door?
It was very minimal, but yes, there was. Because he said, look, I rent this place. They're not giving it to me. I'm renting the place to bring you a message. And it's your message. So you're paying to hear your own message, which is every time you pick up the phone. That's why you have a phone, so you can hear your message. Well,
absolutely.
Consider we're the phone, and we're bringing you a message. Because that's what it's your message, it's our message, it's everybody's message. But you have to recognize it. I can tell it to you. Carlo can tell it to you. Everybody could tell it to you, but you have to experience it. First person, present tense. And you can. It is a doable. Well, actually, you're doing it anyway. You're going one way or the other on the path, as they could say. So, but all you have to do is just turn around. You turn to me, I'll turn to you, God says. That sounds simple enough. And you can do the turning. Why would he tell you to turn to me if you couldn't do it? It's just mental. It's a psychological drama, as within, so without. If you can really grasp the idea that as within is your without, you're creating your everydayness every moment.
So as we're talking about creating then, so being conscious creators, well, first of all, like you stated or alluded to, first of all, we got to get there because I said from glory to glory. You said if it's from glory to glory. And I'll kind of touch on that. Everybody's choosing is not of the same choosing. Some to life, some to death. Would you agree?
That's it. That's it. Everybody's choosing something because you're told choose. And so you're on all the time. So what are you choosing? Look, if you're thinking about lovely and of good report, whatever that is to you, whatever you're looking for, if that's what you're really thinking about continuously, it's yours. Scripture says so. That if you choose what you're thinking about, that's what you get. But if you get lost in thought, well, you get that too. And that could be anything from uncomfortable to disastrous. So pay attention. That's the whole point, just paying attention to what you're allowing yourself to entertain as thought. If it's lovely and of good report, continue. If it's not, drop it. Change your mind. Change your world. It's a doable.
Absolutely. And I think that often we lose it because it is so doable. And like I said, I think that we go from, as it were, I said, teacher to teacher. We go to this book, that book, and we're outstanding students. But for many of us, we're terrible practitioners. And it goes back to the Shakespeare quote, I can teach 20 the thing to do, but I fall short when it comes to being one of those 20 who carry out what it is that I've told them to do. And I just paraphrased that, but you get the point of that, correct?
That's exactly it. We do it to ourselves. We think, well, yeah, it was a good idea when I first thought about it. But, since I've been thinking about it a little while, it's not really such a good idea. See, we turn on and turn off and turn on and turn off. We're ahead today, we're behind tomorrow. It's holding a state of mind. You're jumping from state to state to state to state to state, and it's not getting you anywhere. You have to stay with it. You have to stand and see the victory, we're told. Once you put it out there, this is what I am. Stick with it. And it'll be added to and added to and added to. And you'll recognize it. And that's what it's all about, recognizing. You were left a remembrancer to remember. Remember what? Who you are. That's the point. And I am with you always. I will never leave you. So that's who you are. If he's never going to leave you, that's who you are. Feel after him, and you'll find him.
I've been that person that, man, I'm excited about this. Oh, no, let me go here. Oh, no. And you think that you can do all these things successfully. You'll probably get them done, but none of them will be the success that you hope because we're too scattered. And it says, of course, that the double-minded person is unstable in all of his ways. And as Linda was alluding to, we have to get focused on that thing that we want to manifest. One day we want to manifest abundance. The next day we want to manifest a relationship. And I'm not saying that you can't have all these things in turn, but focus on something, one thing that has your attention most, the thing that you can give your attention to, because he's often saying what has your attention has your life. The problem is you give your attention to one thing, and then you say, well, no, I don't want to give it to that. I'll give it to this. No, I don't want to go to Dallas. I want to go to L.A. No, I don't want to go to L.A. I want to go to Ohio. No, I don't want to go to Ohio. I want to go to New York. And, of course, the ticket agent, the subconscious mind, can't help you because you're too scattered. Would you agree?
That's it. That's what we are, scattered. And he said they're scattered about. And that's the point, that you have to get your thinking in a line that mirrors what you desire.